Hey guys, it's Catalina,
And Jessica.
and today's video is gonna be our worst school experiences, so from elementary, middle school, and high school. So we're gonna get started and just go into this very quickly. So I'm gonna start. So in elementary, okay. We had to record this already a bunch of times, so I'm gonna just get with the one that I remember most. When I had fought this girl at my babysitter's house. So me and my friend, her mom would take care of me and my brother, and her brother and my brother were friends. So they would play, and then I would just play with her at her house. Well, we had this other friend who was very much problematic. She did a lot. She did a lot. But yeah, people change, whatever. She's probably not like that anymore. So she lived at the corner, like on the corner of the block. So she came over. We were all making slime, and I remember me and her had actually dated the same kid. Okay, this was like around first, second grade, maybe third grade, fourth grade. I don't remember, but I know it was in elementary. Yeah, so we all had our little elementary boyfriends, but she happened to get with mine. I think I was just mad about it, or she said something about it, and when we were making slime, she threw slime at me, in my face. And I remember how we were sitting. It was this girl. We'll call her Kaylee. Kaylee was sitting here. Let's go with Denise, and Denise was sitting here. Denise threw the slime at me, and I was sitting here. So she threw the slime at me, and I got very mad. I was like, okay. And then I forgot what happened. We ended up throwing slime at each other, and then she got up, and then I think she yanks my hair like this, and I went, and so I think I got mad too, and I think I might have kicked her. But I hate cussing. I don't cuss. I hate cussing, but I was elementary, so I cussed. I called her the B word. And so yeah, so I just remember beating her up. Or not beating her up. I'm not trying to say I was all that, cause girl, I remember my head hurting from how much she pulled my hair. But I think I really just remember pushing her against a fence, and the fence was kind of broken, so it was slanted. So when I pushed her, she fell all the way back. Then my friend started screaming and calling for her mom. Then she got picked up by her grandma. She was crying. And then I just told my mom what happened. My mom was like, okay, well, I mean, whatever. But yeah. So let's go to middle school. So middle school, there was this one time. It was in 8th grade. Yeah, 8th grade. I was coming out of history, and I remember this specifically because I had gotten bullied. Okay, that's kind of stupid, but so yeah, so we were going outside of history class, and it was already the end of the day, and there was these like, it was like, we would all walk into like the same quad to get released. And so so I had this water bottle, okay, and that was so obnoxious, like that's dumb for me to do that, but I had opened the water bottle slightly, and I threw it in the crowd. So this girl, it hit her head and put water all over her. And she got really mad. And then she came back and she was like, who was that? Who did that? And I was low-key scared because she was tall. And so I was low-key scared. So I hid behind this one guy by the bathrooms. And then, yeah, and then I got caught, and they were holding her back. And I was just like, so yeah. But it was not the worst, but it's the one I could really remember. And then high school. So my freshman year of high school, there was this one girl who had bullied me in middle school. And then I finally kind of just had enough of it. Like, we're in high school. Like, let's move on. Like, let's not be childish. But yeah, I forgot. We ended up just getting into this altercation in the middle of the school. Not the middle of the school, but in the cafeteria. And my brother was still going to school with me at that time. And so she came up to my face. She's like, you're ugly. I'm like, girl, who's ugly? Because it's not me. Okay, I have real hair. I don't need no fake hair. Stuff like that. And then I just remember her, like, I was like, oh, so what's up then? Then my brother had came in between us and was saying, like watch out, like, you're not about to do that or something like that. It was my freshman year, so I don't really remember that well. But, yeah, he kind of just stood in between us, and then she kind of backed off, whatever. But, yeah, it was just very unnecessary. Like, it was dumb, but it could have been obviously not happen. But, yeah. So we're going to pass it off to Jessica.
Okay, so for elementary school, I had a similar experience with like the babysitter thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda, a little bit, not really.
Wait, what about elementary?
It was in elementary.
Oh, I thought you said middle. Okay, yeah.
Oh, sorry, did I?
No,
I don't think so. In elementary, I used to get babysat. Okay, so I used to go to a bunch of different schools, but I went to one school, like the very first elementary school I ever went to. Mm-hmm. My mom worked, and she was a single mother still. Well, she isn't no more, actually. Kind of. Anyway, the point is, she remarried, okay. Anyway, the point is that I used to get babysat a little bit before school and a little bit after school while someone could pick me up, aka my mom. And I remember I knew the girl because we were like, I'm pretty sure we were the exact same age and we lived around like really nearby. So it was perfect. And I know we were like pretty chill. We were friends, honestly. I would say, at least, I think, in my opinion. And I know one time she grabbed like a dictionary. I don't know. They had like a bunch of books at their house. Not that much, but like a little shelf. And she grabbed the dictionary and she was like, "What if I hit you on the head with it?" But we would chill. We were chill like that. Like we would play around. But like that time I told her, "No, like don't do it. Like I'm being dead ass. Like don't do it." And she still did it. So I kicked her on the shin. The shin. Gotta make that clear. Because this little girl, right, that was in the morning, right before school. And her mom had called her her mom had called her to her room right after I did that. So I was kind of scared that I was gonna, get in trouble because I just kicked her daughter. And I was like kind of looking because they had a mirror positioned, and then like you could
see.
Yeah, from an angle you could see into the room because the door was open. And I was kind of like looking, which was really smart for me at that age, like. But she didn't tell her mom, like I was noticing, sorry. And she ended up eventually telling her mom, just not that day, cause who are you? And yeah, she told her I kicked her on the knee, which is funny because from what I remember, I looked specifically and kicked her on the shin, and it wasn't even that hard. Yeah. And honestly, it's funny because she supposedly did karate or something like that. Right.
Why didn't she use it?
Exactly. Say that again.
Why didn't she use it if she knew?
Exactly. Yeah. She didn't try no moves on me. So I wouldn't either because I am and was, especially back then, really fucking big. So like I would have been scared. I would have been like, she ruined my timbers. So yeah, but that's not the worst. That's not the worst one. Can I share another one from elementary?
Yes.
Okay. So it wasn't really that bad. I never really had bad experiences there. But there was this girl who like, I think she liked this kid in our class. I think he was in like fucking fourth grade. Sorry. And honestly, I think she thought I liked the same kid. But it's like he played soccer. Everyone liked him. Even I kind of had a crush on him, but I wasn't like, "Oh my god, I love him. Like I'm going to do everything for him." I had a lot of crushes. Exactly. So I remember one time, I don't know, we would do these little writing prompts. I don't even know. But the point is that eventually she asked me if, like, why I was talking to him or something, like, if I liked him. And I was like, no, but, like, I kind of did. So, like, I wasn't a good bluffer. And I was like, no, like, why do you even care? Because I didn't even talk to her. And the thing is, everyone liked her. And her mom, literally, because her mom would always go volunteer to help sell chips and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But, like, everyone liked her. But she was low-key a really big. So, yeah. Yeah, that's what she was. And honestly, like, I got in trouble by the teacher because we were talking. I was talking. And the teacher, I'm pretty sure she, like, noticed because she was talking for the longest time and I did one response. And then the teacher was like, "Why are you talking? You should be silent." And it's like, I know you didn't just ignore her talking. And then as soon as I talk, like, 2 words, you're telling me something about it. Cue the sound.
If you're happy.
Okay, stop.
Okay, continue.
And, yeah, she was a B word, and what? You know what? She was just mad. She was just jealous that we were chill. Exactly. She was mad that we were chill. We weren't even friends. So it's like, I don't know why she was mad. Anyway, okay. Middle school, the worst experience. I would say people stopped being friends with me. Like my friends, yeah, like they would ignore me, but like I had nowhere else to sit, so I would still kind of sit with them. And even one of my friends that I knew before I knew them also did that, and it's like, bruh, like, are you serious? And yeah, over something little and stupid too. Also something else which is reasonable, but I guess people didn't know what sarcasm was in 6th grade, so like I don't really blame them. Like I said something sarcastically that I shouldn't have because it was low-key kind of really weird and rude, but I still did. And then in high school I had really bad social anxiety, so like I would have really bad stomach aches because I would have to take a FS. Yeah.
Is that it?
My keys.
No. Sorry. So, as you know, we don't like when our videos run longer than 10 minutes. It's about to reach 11 minutes. We know y'all don't really want to hear what we got to say for 10 whole minutes. So, we're going to close out the video. Yeah, can we get one last applause? Okay, so thank you for watching us. You're going to be seeing new videos come out whenever we want, whenever we can. And yeah, so yeah. Thank you for watching us, and we'll see you next time. This is Catalina
And Jessica.
See you later.
For you and I, and if it's meant to be, then that's alright.